Hi guys, the Metal Maniac back again, and welcome to another music collection update. I have a lot of stuff, so I'm just going to get right into it. First up is the album Unleash the Beast by Saxon. Someone actually recommended me to review this. I don't remember who. When I actually record the review, which will probably be tomorrow, I will look back and give a shout out to the person who requested the review. But at the moment, I can't remember the username. But yeah, finally got this. It took me a while to get my hands on this, but I finally did. Yeah, expect a review of this by tomorrow. All right, next up is Bestial Devastation by Sepultura. Now I already have a vinyl version of this, which is a re-release of the original release, which is basically a split EP. It has the side. I almost said side A. I almost messed it up. Side A is actually the EP of a different band called Overdose, and then side B is the Bestial Devastation EP by Sepultura. This particular release is just the Bestial Devastation EP. Although I did look it up, apparently this is okay. So this is a bootleg, but this is a bootleg of a later re-release of Bestial Devastation. I believe it was from the late '80s or early '90s, where they for the first time released Bestial Devastation as its own thing rather than being part of a combo pack. Combo vinyl kind of thing. Like I said, it was a split thing between two different EPs by two different bands. Yeah, and also this version apparently has an alternate version of Troops of Doom, which is a bonus track on here. Troops of Doom originally appeared on Morbid Visions, but that version is actually different from the bonus track version that's on the official version of this release, and then this one in particular. It's a little bit more speedy, more thrashy than the Morbid Visions version. Yeah, also, I did finally get a mobile cassette tape player, so I can actually listen to cassette tapes now. Anyway, next up is the album Denim and Leather by Saxon. Yeah, for some reason, anytime I go to my local record store, this is really the only Saxon album that they're selling. Now, I may be wrong. They may have sold other ones in the past, but this is the only one I ever see being sold. The only Saxon album I ever see them sort of like being sold. Basically, they only restock this one for some reason. I don't know. Anyway, but yeah. Alright, next up is a demo, and that is Metal Before Death by Mantis. This is actually a bootleg. This is not an official release. I don't know if it's it's either a compilation or a demo. It is it's probably compilation, or I guess it's both, but it contains two different rehearsal recordings. One from February 1984 and one from September 1984. These are previously unreleased tracks. I believe this came out in 2008, this particular release, along with the unofficial release of their actual legitimate demo, just titled Emotional, which I did order along with this by the same seller, but apparently, now I thought they would both arrive in one big package, but I guess they're being shipped in separate things. So this arrived, and I'm just waiting for the other demo to arrive, which shouldn't take too long, probably within the next couple of weeks. Anyway, yeah, it's just a very interesting sort of recording. Also, if you're familiar with Mantis but don't recognize this logo, that's because this is their original logo, but they didn't use it for too long. This was I believe this was recorded before the Emotional demo, but then just was never released. And at that point, I think they were still using this. But by the time the Emotional demo came out, they were using the more iconic mantis logo, with the little devil tail, and sort of like sort of like a almost like a callback to Possessed's band logo. But yeah, really cool. And then lastly is one I've been trying to get my hands on for a while, and that's Pure Fucking Armageddon by Mayhem. Of course, this is their debut demo. Yeah, for the longest time there was only ever 2 official releases. The first one being the original cassette tape release in 1986, which was only like a few hundred or a few thousand copies. And then it was re-released in 1991, which was the version of the demo which was sold in, Euronymous' record store at the time. And then this is the 3rd official release, which is actually released or re-release. And it was this was only released like a couple of months ago, actually. But I had trouble getting my hands on it, mainly because, one, it was limited to, I believe, how many copies? Actually, I have the plastic wrap right here, which has the numbered thing on it. Hold on. Oh yeah. This was number 572 out of 666. Kind of a sort of a pretty funny thing there. 666. Get it? Anyway, no, I'm not a fan of limited copy things. I think it's kind of dumb and a bad marketing move, but it is what it is. But like I said, because of that, it was really hard to get a hold of. Also, I did sort of miss the no, I didn't. Technically, I did miss the release of this re-release. But by the time I went on to the record store label's online store, it was already out of stock, even though the date for its release was at the time was a couple weeks away, but it was already out of stock. So I'm positive that they at the very first, when it was originally announced, they had a pre-order option, and then everyone just pre-ordered it, and then it was not even available when it was supposed to be, later on. Because why else would they have the listing up there and have the date of its release and it already be out of stock, even though the release date isn't, that day yet? So anyway, it took me a while to track one of these down. I finally found this on Discogs. Someone had like 3 copies available. Like someone already, I think they probably bought in bulk. They probably bought 3 at once and then sold them off on Discogs. But yeah, this is the 3rd official release of this demo. Also, hopefully it's not with all of these, because when I got this, I know I'm going on a little bit of a offhand rant, but whatever. When I got this and opened it up, for some reason, some idiot at the factory, like when in the process of putting after putting the vinyl in the sleeve, in the process of putting the sleeve in the case, some idiot shoved in the vinyl sleeve sideways. Like the proper way to have a vinyl case, the vinyl sleeve, like you take the vinyl, it slips out from the top of the sleeve, right? Well, some idiot at the factory decided to flip it over and stick the sleeve in sideways. So like the sleeve was like the slit for the sleeve was sideways instead of up top like it's supposed to be. So I had to, it was a pain trying to remove the sleeve from the case because it was stuck, because it was shoved in the way it wasn't supposed to be put in there. So just as a heads up, if you do get this, it will take a while to, I don't know if it was just this copy, but if the sleeve is put in completely the wrong way and sideways, don't be surprised, because it some idiot working there at the factory. Anyway, but just be careful about taking the sleeve out of the vinyl for the first time. Make sure it doesn't rip. Anyway, lastly though, is something that the seller, a little extra something that the seller sort of like added to this purchase, is this little button pin of the Death logo from Actually, my favorite death metal band. So that was a really cool sort of extra thing the seller put in there. Yeah. So that's about it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you all next time.